Providence Television International, the game changer, taking you to the outer limits of television. Today, many parts of Nigeria, especially the northern states, have become relatively unsafe, with adverse consequences as a result of conflicts arising from religious intolerance and radical extremism. These conflicts occur because people do not genuinely follow the teachings of their faith. As far as we know, all major religions teach the tenets of love and compassion, but bigots and misguided adherents will rather follow the wrong impulse for no justifiable reason. There is no doubt that every government needs an environment of religious tolerance and harmonious coexistence for peace and meaningful development to blossom. Where religious intolerance is the norm, government is badly distracted, and governance itself may go into permanent retreat. This is because intolerance and extremism often lead to mass killings of innocent souls and sometimes genocide. Today, as a result of radical extremism and banditry, Nigeria stands at the edge of the precipice. Now, let us be clear. Divergent religious beliefs cannot be avoided in a multicultural society like ours. Without religious tolerance, members of a particular religious faith, who are small in number in certain demographic settings, usually become victims of unrestrained violence and bloodletting. Therefore, it is fair to say that extremism is a sure recipe for political instability, particularly when unabated bloodshed is involved. We have observed that many parts of Nigeria today are bedeviled by crisis, fanned by the embers of religious discrimination and prejudice. Deep-seated religious extremism is gradually bringing our nation to its knees. These extremists find a safe haven in organizations such as ISIS, ISWAP, and Boko Haram, who, according to Eric Bram, believe that radical measures are necessary to fulfill God's wishes. The absurdity in this ridiculous belief is simply mind-boggling. And Charles II, the 18th century philosopher, maintained assertively that religious wars are not caused by the fact that there is more than one religion, but by the spirit of intolerance, a spread of which can only be regarded as the total eclipse of human reason. In point of fact, we wholeheartedly believe that there could be less turmoil in the country. A government will be more proactive in handling the current insecurity malaise, and if religious leaders would follow the path of rectitude and opt to remember that true loyalty to God is built on the tripod of love, devotion, and surrender. Today, in many communities across the country, we see the refusal to be provoked as the chief antidote to strife, although this apparent resilience should never be taken for granted or seen as a sign of weakness. In the present circumstance, we call on our leaders, particularly at the national level, to rise up to the occasion. They must not stay aloof, pretending that all is well, and certainly all is not well. Our allies in the international space should be consulted for assistance, with a view to bringing the insecurity scourge to an end. We believe that no government can conquer what it will not confront. As the saying goes, a stitch in time saves 9. Because in the words of former American President Richard Nixon, in the long term, we can hope that religion will change the nature of man and reduce conflict. But history is not encouraging in this respect, for the bloodiest wars in history have been religious wars. Join us next time for another edition of our editorial. This is Emmanuel Igariwa in Benin.